So, hello guys and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today, as you can see, we're playing Mysterium. We're actually now forever joined, that sounds really creepy, by some guys in a filthy mage. Yeah, we've made a commitment to each other. We beat their podcast to death with a small brick, and we lured them into our hut to have our wicked way with them. So,
it's a very nice hut.
I decorate it. It's what I do. So we
Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, that's Alan's corner. Yeah, that's why it's got that rag there. Yeah, he likes to make himself go to sleep. He's a weird kid. So we've got Alan as always. We've got Sparks, who is the mage.
Hello.
We have Vince.
Hello.
We have the other guy, and we have Nate.
Howdy.
Oh no, he's called Liam. You'll usually hear him being referred to. Oh no, you're Nate. But we called the other guy, but Alan's the other guy. So now we've got the other guys, which is confusing, so we'll probably have to give him a name. Liam? Yeah.
They're just disembodied voices.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to start off. As I said, we'll play Mysterium. Vince is going to read out his blurb.
You've dared to cross the threshold of the haunted Mysterium Manor. How very brave. Settling around the table, open your mind and awaken your sixth sense as you prepare for an extraordinary seance, with the aim of laying a stranded soul to rest.
Vince is now going to explain how the game actually works. Vince is the ghost?
Yes.
Is that a thing? And the other four gentlemen are gaming, and I'm not allowed to play because I lick the cards.
Vince is the ghost.
Vince is a ghost.
Yeah. So, in Mysterium, one player is the ghost, who is supposed to be silent throughout the game, but obviously, because we're doing this tutorial, I am going to be speaking, but only to explain things that I'm doing, not to help the other players.
Cool.
Each of the players... You never help us in any game that we play.
No, I don't.
Where you DM.
That's because I don't like you, Alan.
As his parents wrote in his birthday card.
Yeah, 16 years in a row and he still doesn't get the message. So, each of the other players are mystics who have been summoned to Mysterium Manor. Each of them are trying to identify a person who was at the manor when I died as the ghost, the location that each player is trying to identify was in, and what object they had to hand. So it's kind of like Cluedo in that respect. You're trying to identify a suspect, a room, and a weapon.
Yep.
But they're very abstract. I'll do that by giving out clues to each player to try and get them to figure out which person I'm trying to get them to find first.
Like? Yep, that's perfect. That's in shot. So there we've got a staircase with a doorway. We've got
a red ribbon.
Or...
Is that an umbrella pot with a bow? Who knows? It could be a toilet brush.
Yeah,
it's a toilet brush with a bow.
That's very abstract images. I could be focusing on any individual aspect of that card.
Doodles as well.
To try and get...
That's really cool. I never noticed that.
To try and get the message across to each player.
And obviously the fun in this game is going to watch how... Well, less so Nate and Sparks, but how Liam and Alan actually interpret the card.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if they look at it the right way round for a start.
the back of the card.
The right way around?
It's like, all these cards, it's just blue.
Some cards you're not sure.
Sorry.
It is a fully cooperative game. The players can help each other, obviously, other than me, because I'm supposed to be silent.
Yes.
They can help each other throughout, trying to kind of interpret each other's clues. They also can bet on whether they think someone is right or wrong, which scores them extra points.
Ooh.
The more points you have...
That is out of shot. You may want to zoom in there.
So the more points you score, the more final clues you see to identify which set is the right set for who murdered the ghost.
Ooh.
And we have a fixed number of turns, which is 8, I believe, on the clock. 7 on the clock. So we have 7 turns for the players to get it correct to identify each of the 3 steps. If they don't, I am doomed to another 7 years trapped on Earth.
Nobody wants
character, you player, you...
As the ghost, obviously.
7 years having to play with us.
If they get it correct, then they have put my tormented soul to rest.
Nice. So how exactly will the game be started?
The game starts by myself drawing a hand of 7 clues. I select some of those clue cards to give to one of the players, and then refresh my hand. Keep on going until each player has been given some clues from myself. We then turn over the egg timer, and as a group they have until the egg timer runs out to...
I think they
For
know
everyone
what an
who doesn't
egg
know
timer
what an
was,
egg
yeah.
timer is.
to place their
That could be like one of the mechanical ones.
their
Very
coloured
thorough.
crystal on, in the first instance, which person I think I'm trying to get them to identify.
So while Vince is sorting out his card business, we're just going to get Alan, because it's probably the best person to point at things and try and figure out what they are, to tell us what each of these guys are.
All right, okay. So we're starting off with identifying the suspects. Each of us, as our mediums, are trying to use the clues to figure out who is our suspect. We've got the architect lady here. We have the hairdresser. We have the driver. We have the clockmaker. And we have the chef. Obviously, we'll talk through it more when we sort of see an example of the clue cards. But what we will do is we'll try and use our clue cards to identify a theme that will point us in the direction of something about these people.
That was as competent as I've ever heard Alan speak. So
I'm
thank you
impressed.
for that. I know. I mean, it took 4 takes, but we got there.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Record.
So, everyone now has a set of clues.
Yeah.
We would start the egg timer.
Which?
What is an egg timer? Ah, I see. Right.
Yes, we have to show them what an egg timer is.
Time eggs.
So I'm just going to catch what people's cards are while you are scheming, and I'll just kind of catch the vocals. That's
I've got loads of buildings, so I think it's going to be architect.
I see. Now I've got a massive building in mind as well.
and he died.
I have a map running down a corridor. So it could be movement, so it could be the driver.
I'll catch that.
But as for the other two,
Got the ribbon.
the ribbon, that's what I'm thinking, yeah, the red ribbon could go with the ribbon for the medal. I don't know about the middle one. Unless it's the circle.
So
I'm thinking either the architect or the clockmaker.
So I'm going to go for the driver.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going to lean on clockmaker for now. Although
with mine, with what I'm trying to look at is I'm trying to, like I was saying earlier, is trying to identify some themes that appear and what the cards are trying to point me towards. So again, I've got a smoking caterpillar with a hat on, and there's a perfume bottle. Now that could be pointing towards, well, there's no characters that are smoking. The clue could be the colour, the purple, so it might be pointing towards the barber there. And if I fully believe that that's what that clue is, then how would this one then fit into the theme? So we've got a building, we've got rats, and again we've got smoke again. So
That smoke could actually represent the shaving cream.
it could be the white, yeah, the white.
Caterpillar mustache.
We've got the white fleck, which could be that white fleck in his hair, and again the purple cravat, the white fleck. I'm going to go with my guess there.
Fair play. So everybody has now picked something. I'm going to quickly find out, what is it you're doing, Nate?
Right,
You seem to be putting crazy little tokens down.
We have little tokens where you can vote whether you think people are right or wrong. So to get an early point, I'm going to say that Alan's wrong.
I was also going to
Because
say
that's always a...
Oh, jeez, hey, guys. Well, fine. Well, I will just return that favour, and I think you were right. I think you were right, and you think you were right, because I am lovely.
And because you know that they're probably right.
Probably right.
Yeah. Right, what I'm going to quickly do is, I'm going to go, these are Nate's cards. Who did you go for and why?
I went for the architect because basically the common denominator between these two cards would look like a building type thing, because I've got some sort of crazy flying chimney sweep, but he's flying over a bunch of buildings.
Yeah.
And I've got a Hobbit Hill type thing, but Victorian Hobbit Hill. Again, it's a building, but because these trees in the net at the moment aren't really meaning a lot to me from what I can see here. Vince is probably banging his head off a brick wall because I'm missing something, but you know, if I don't get with these, I'll get some more clues and get more confused.
Cool. And Sparks has gone with...
I have got a steampunk spider and a frog in a tutu. And I've gone for the
What about your cards?
clockmaker, indeed.
Yeah.
of the target. So we've got like a mechanical beastie here,
Yep.
which fits in with the mechanical thing. It could also maybe go for the architect because there's a little set of plans up here, and the mechanical legs of the spider kind of look like the compass. But at the moment, because of the window on the frog card being round with little hatchings in it, it kind of looks similar to the cogs on the clockmaker. So we'll go with that first.
Makes
and see
the
what
most
happens.
sense. And we've saved, obviously, the best for last.
Obviously.
Liam,
Me.
what do you got?
Oh, that's what
What's
I've
your
got.
name? Where'd you come from?
That's what I've got.
Yeah.
And I've gone for the race car driver. And the reason I went for that for was obviously that card, which is the race car driver, is that one there.
Yep.
That card there is movement, so I thought the race car driver. That one there, the red ribbon type thing, which could be
Matches
the ribbon for the
which you were
medal.
saying before, yeah.
And then obviously the pool could actually be the medal itself, because I'm not getting anything else.
Or the
From-
oil for a car.
Yeah.
It could also be the tiny little moon up here as well as a little gold circle.
Yeah.
It's similar.
Fair play,
Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes it literally is as close.
So
to being
there's
just a
nothing
colour in
else-
the corner.
Jumping out at me, that was the obvious one, so that's what I went for.
Cool, that makes sense.
Okay, so the timer's long up, but
It did.
we went round and found out why people selected the way they had. Now, normally I would just point at each person and either put my thumb up if they were right or my thumb down if they're wrong. However, that doesn't make a very good video.
Yes, this
So
is true.
I'm just going
An
to
even worse podcast.
Vince is now going to mock us.
I'm going to say someone's name and I'm going to tell them whether they are right or wrong and mock mercilessly or congratulate.
Ooh, I'm hoping you're all wrong because mocking makes for better viewing.
Let's go clockwise.
Yes.
So we will start with Sparks.
Yep.
Sparks is right.
Thumbs up.
And for pretty much what he said.
So
Nice.
I get a point for
For being right.
Yep.
and blue, yellow, and white all
'Cause
also
we all
get a point
bet on him
because
as
they
well.
bet that I was
Perfect.
correct.
And so that's your point system over there, which is what we were looking at before.
I shall collect my old lady and put it into my little envelope here.
Right, now the next one is Alan, and he's the
Alan
Aryan Brotherhood.
Chose the barber,
He did.
which is incorrect.
Oh,
Yes!
Thumbs down.
So that means that blue, yellow, and black each score a point. Because they all said that he would be wrong.
Yes.
And he was wrong.
My enjoyment of that shouldn't be so
I still think
much.
that my explanation panned out.
I can see your theory
I
behind
can
it.
see his theory behind
Yeah.
it. It's not what I was going for.
No, evidently. Yeah.
Next up, we go to Nate,
Yes.
who is correct.
Yay!
So
That
Nate
one there.
scores a point for being correct,
So it's blue.
and White scores a point because they said that Nate would be right.
See, your pettiness paid out.
Yeah.
So Nate then collects the architect and puts her in his wallet.
So if you bet incorrectly, that's absolutely fine. Doesn't
You've
matter.
just wasted a vote.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
cool.
don't get them
There's
back
no
until
punishment.
later on.
Yeah. Oh, so that is the punishment. Yeah, you don't get it back.
Well, nobody gets them back until later on. But
So they're going there.
Ooh.
I often have negative votes left over, so I just thought.
and then the clues for those who were right come back to me. So far,
Yeah.
Liam, sadly, is wrong.
Thumbs down.
I get why
Make a
he
little
went
emoji
where
or
he went.
something.
That seemed obvious to me from the clues.
Yeah. So Liam was wrong, but nobody bet to say that he was right or wrong. So we just mock him. But other than that,
Well,
good.
Alan betting for correct. So.
Oh yeah.
I did,
You
yes.
little Nazi.
So the next thing that happens is on my behind my screen.
Yes.
I turn round the people for those who got the person correct, which tells me that they have moved on to the next step, which is they're looking for their room.
Cool. So some people are still looking for their person.
Yeah.
We're being two of them.
They still keep their old clues as well until.
So you'll end up with a multitude of clues.
Yes.
Perfect. What I'm going to do now then is I'm going to go back and film Vince doing his business. Anybody who doesn't want to watch, they can skip forward and it'll tell you on the screen the timestamp. So here we are in Vince's lair.
I was thinking the
In my ghostly little.
Indeed, this is what you see if you're a ghost. This is a fact. This is basically what Derek Okora sees all the time.
Yeah. Usually there's a lot more jewellery on
Of course,
these hands
yeah,
than
of
mine.
course.
I've just got, like,
Got a
I've
pip
just got a
ring.
ring, bracelet and watch.
Not Derek Okora enough, but
No,
enough for
not
us.
enough Savalry.
Yeah. So, ooh, although I suspect he's definitely
Yeah.
within the same line of work. So what are we doing right now?
So we're just about to turn over the ones who were right. So blue
Yes.
was right on their person.
That they were.
So we flip it round. Black was right on their person. So we flip that round. We leave yellow and white because they were incorrect.
They were failures.
So for blue and black, we're going to be looking for rooms.
Perfect.
But for yellow and white, we're looking
They're still looking
for
at
their
that.
person. Yeah.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go back and we're going to introduce the rooms because we didn't do that
Yep.
before.
No problem.
And then we can get into the second round of clues.
Yes.
Sparks is now going to introduce the rooms to us as we're introducing things as we go along. And Sparks is actually at the room section. So
So
Yeah, 'cause
first
he
off,
got his right.
because
off-
he can read.
I'm not bitter at all. Sorry, go on.
sure.
Yeah, sure.
So first off, we've got either an atrium or a conservatory.
Yeah.
I would say a conservatory because plants and fountain and what looks like leaded glass in the background here.
Yep.
We have a library
Yes.
with the books and a suit of armour. We have a laundry room, with a little wash pool.
Yeah, I got that.
We have a pantry or kitchen. Can't remember if there's actual kitchen in here somewhere as well. Either way, one of those two. Lots of food. And we have a wine cellar with wine casks in the background, bottles, and a wine decanter aerator thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And the clues that you and Nate are looking for relate to those rooms, but the other two are still on the people.
We're trying to find the people.
I'm with you. So now you're going to hand out the next set of clues, is that correct?
That is correct.
Well, I'm going to go off and apply Alan's ointment. And so we're back.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their clues.
Not everyone has their clues. Sparks hasn't yet because I have an absolutely atrocious hand of clues.
Yes.
None of which will relate to Sparks. So I'm going to use my crow for the turn,
That's pretty cool. I'm
which
so
allows
easily
me
pleased.
to discard this hand of absolutely atrocious clues and draw a new hand of 7.
Nice. And then at that point, is there... And can you only do that a certain number of times? That's the word I was looking for.
Once per turn
Nice.
in easy mode, which is what we're playing on.
Do you end up with a collection of crows if you did it? Or do you just get the one crow that you reuse?
They're a murder
There's
of
one
crows.
crow to reuse. Well, there's 3 actually, because in the hardest mode you have 3 crows for the entire game.
Ooh.
And I accidentally, when I tried to GM this game, I completely played it with the ultra hard rules because I screwed up and didn't realise how it worked.
Well, Alan played as the ghost.
Yes, yeah.
It was
How
hilarious.
did that work? Like,
It worked fairly well, except that some of the clues were horrendous because Alan misheard having the 1 crow per turn as 1 crow per game.
Yeah,
And I also-
at one point
I
he was
also-
only dealing one clue card each
Yes,
time.
I didn't game because I misunderstood the concept and I thought it was you have your 7 which have to be divvied between everyone. It wasn't that, okay, now I divvy Nate and now I can draw back up to 7.
So I was
Now
getting
I'm
one
giving
clue
this
card
kid
and it made no
special
sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I did
still
the
recording?
best
Right.
with my...
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop it while everyone plans what they're doing, and then afterwards I'll say why they plan. Right, so we're back minus Sparks, who has been kidnapped, but they'll let him go as soon as they realise him.
I didn't realise
He's a terrible
Yeah.
hostage.
He is. Like if
person.
they,
Well, person, really.
well, because he's a hobo. If they've got like a bed there, he'll just curl up and make a nest, and they'll be like, he'll
Yes,
get.
squatters' rights.
Yeah, they'll give him back. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with. Yeah, fair point. We'll start with Alan, and we'll work around that way. So,
Right.
Alan's gone for who?
I've decided to go for the chef this time.
Yep, and these are your clues.
These were my clues.
I really want to hear your reasoning.
Right, okay, my reasoning this time.
Yes.
I'm not looking at the colours like I did with the guy with the cravat and the
Yes,
hair
you
flick.
you only
So,
see colour or gender, and today you're seeing gender.
I'm
with
seeing
you.
mushroom,
Yeah.
food.
Food.
I'm seeing this one could be the colour because might be looking at a sort
You
of.
said you didn't see colour, only gender.
We might be looking at a sort of a mustardy colour, or there's a rat. So I'm thinking like Ratatouille. There's probably a rat underneath
Because
his
to
hat
you, everything's Disney
controlling
films.
him.
I'm with you.
Poppies, poppy seeds, food, and a tree which is in fruit, food. Therefore, I've gone for the driver.
And That's the kind of
Because
logic I would expect.
He looks like he likes a nice meal.
Yeah. I definitely.
Holy fellow.
I would have assumed you would have went caterpillar driver because of the mustache anyway. Because
Oh God! Now there's no mustache on that caterpillar.
I know, but caterpillar mustache, it's a thing.
Is it?
It's definitely a
Is
thing.
that a thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a thing.
it's a
See? You just don't know things. And then we're going to move to Nate because Nate is currently eating a really bad dipper. Nate
It's not
is
bad, so much disappointing.
which Alan's birthday cards again. So you're blue and you went
Christening
for
cards.
I went for the
Laundry
bathhouse.
room.
right. Let's have a look at your cards.
Bathhouse.
Well, your cards.
Bathhouse means something very different to Alan.
Holy duck pond! That is.
Apparently, this is the best he had.
I would have loved to have seen the rest.
You didn't see the rest.
So,
They're either out there or we're in that fan that I discarded.
oh, the discard fan. Yeah, that fan's dead to us. So, your reasoning, sir.
Well, I don't have a lot to go on, but the shape of the bath, wash basin, whatever you want to call it, is a bit like the shape on these floating mirror things.
With what you had, your logic was sound, and so far Alan said, nay, good sir. And who's black? Sparks is black, and Sparks also said, nay, good sir.
Because he has plenty of negative votes.
Nope, that was my last one. I just initially thought something else. So
Nice. And I'm going to find out about that once we find out if you're a yay or a nay. Liam, you
Yes.
went for,
I've gone for the barber this time.
because you had a 50-50.
Yeah.
Cool, let's have a look at your cards. You have...
So these were the original three. And
Yeah,
these
there's
are,
a disappointing dip.
Disappointing
next
dipper.
to your Don.
so these are the
called
two
that
I've just been given.
That is your nickname for it, I've just realised. The disappointing dipper. That's what his sister calls it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even giving the context how that's a thing. It'll come out in time.
Hopefully with the police.
Yeah. Good sir, serve us your wares.
Right.
referred to as a dipper now.
So I've gone for the white hair on him, obviously the barber.
Yeah,
The inky pool could be the black hair,
yeah.
and then obviously that could be the shaving foam.
What about the stairs?
I haven't got a clue.
So basically,
I'm grasping at straws.
yeah, the straw thing. You had a 50-50. You've
It kind of
gone the way
fits
you've
better.
gone.
Yeah.
And then,
that could be silk, like his cravat.
Ah, yeah.
Well, yeah. Plus, you could also look at it as deduction. It's like if you can say it's definitely not the other one.
It's definitely
you're
not.
only left with.
None of these options say chef to me.
Yeah. I bet you're the chef.
yeah,
and
there's
I'm
probably an argument for it, but Sparks, good sir, you went with, and
I
because.
have got this set of cards, and it was one of two. I could have either gone for the pantry because of all the food ideas, with
basics.
mushrooms
Yep.
and soup and fish, but I went for the library instead. We've got the colour of this,
Yep.
which is very similar. Same with the reds here, and the whole storybook
And the
effort.
ladder, yeah.
There's a little door here, which fits with a little door on
Yeah.
there, and the suit of armour kind of speaks for itself.
Cool. So that's everyone's gone round. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the camera reset up, and then we'll do the yays and nays. Yeah. Right. So we're back. Are we going to clockwise it off again?
I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to start with those who are still on people,
I like your style. I like your style.
and then move on to those in the rooms. So we will.
So we're starting off with the chaff, and we're moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll start off with Alan,
Yes.
the chaffiest of the chaff.
Indeed.
Just because I'm
El
wearing
Cha-
trackies.
I said chaffy, not chaffy.
El Chaffo. That's what I'm calling you for today. It'll be
Alan
back to
is
dickhead.
in fact correct.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
And strangely, the Ratatouille thing is why he got that card.
Oh, mint.
You and your obsession with Pixar. It's
So white, yellow, and black each score a point.
nice. Which takes up to 3.
Yep. So Alan now collects the chef and puts it in his
Yes.
little pouch.
Wallet. Yes, think so.
I bet he's done that before with the chef.
Oh.
Yeah, your third birthday.
And then we go to Liam,
Liam?
who is
The
correct.
guy in the kebab shop doesn't count as a
So
chef.
Thumbs up.
yellow, black, and blue each score a point.
Nice. And was Liam's reasoning right?
Mostly yes. The circle of the inky pool was for the circle of the container of shaving foam. The ribbon was for his cravat. The white hair was for his white hair. And then the other two were white and black
Yeah.
the white and black of the barber's hair.
Cool. So now the driver's just discarded. He's just not part of this.
Nope, the driver is an innocent man.
With a fantastic mustache.
Yes.
Right, so who would you like to do next, as it were? Nate or Sparks?
We will start with Sparks,
Yep,
who is wrong.
he is wrong.
Yep.
Thumbs down.
So, unfortunately, no one scores a point for that.
Yep, we won't go into the reasoning business yet.
Nope, because that would ruin...
Exactly. And so, Nate.
Nate is right.
Yes!
Boom!
Who
Thumbs up.
scores a point?
And was that for the reason that he said?
Yes, it was literally the best I could do. The floating mirrors had the same shape as the water.
Cool.
Now, what that means, though, is Nate has achieved 5 points.
He's ascended.
In this round, means that Nate will see two... Sorry, in this game, Nate will see 2 of the final clues at the very least.
Ooh, exciting stuff, I think, anyway.
Assuming we get to that point.
Well, what I'm going to do then, since we're already here, and Nate is the only one to ascend to this level, and he hasn't done it yet, Nate can tell us what we've got up here for the final clues.
I've earned it.
You have earned your place. Good,
Right.
sir, point and speak in that order.
So trying to be sarcastic.
You can be a little sarcastic, but at least get across what they are.
Right, well, we've got a frying pan.
Yep.
Pretty rusty one. We've got Alan's shake weight.
Yep.
We've got a wooden stool.
Yep.
Small stool, stand all.
Looks like a 3 iron.
Yeah.
And poison or ink. Probably
Nice.
poison, because
Yeah,
killing people with
poison
ink.
Yeah.
Gets a bit James Bondy.
Cool,
So
cool.
Nate is the only person looking for a murder weapon at this stage.
Yes.
So Nate's room card behind my screen gets turned round,
Perfect.
as do Alan and Liam's character cards.
Brilliant.
I need Alan's clues back, because obviously he's forgotten because he's such a terrible human being.
Blues Cubes.
Thank you.
You are evil.
What?
So, now everybody would get clues.
And it's now 3 o'clock.
And the clock has moved to 3.
So after this turn, everybody gets their used votes back as well.
Cool.
So use them if you've got them.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I'm going to stop this now so we can do the card bit, and then we'll come back as we normally do to find out why people picked what they picked, etc.
I've worked out that I've got time. I can actually I can get this.
Just by process of elimination.
Nate can literally guess one each turn.
Nice. So, who are we going to start with? Who do we start? Well, we'll start with Liam because he's
Yeah,
there.
we'll start with Liam.
Right. So Liam's yellow.
Yes,
So you chose,
I've gone for the conservatory
and
greenhouse.
everybody thinks you're wrong.
Yep.
And these are your clues. I'll slide
I
across.
don't actually think Liam's wrong. I just
Yeah.
don't have any positive votes.
I
Oh,
also
nice.
don't think he's wrong, but I have no ticks left.
Oh, fair play.
We get
So-
the votes back at the end of this
Yeah,
turn
so
anyway.
use
if
them.
you use them all.
What's your name and where do you come from?
So,
Comes from the Avery.
well, I've gone for the Avery.
Yep.
Or the greenhouse, because obviously the greenery in that one, the
Yeah.
green in that one, which the bars are actually made of vines by the look of it. There's water in this one. There's a fountain there. There's like a weird hands and there's a statue. So
I never thought I'd say this, but I can see your point. Yeah.
No, it's just the way he sat.
All right.
Is that
That's a bit disappointing
dip?
dipper. We'll move across to Sparks now because he's directly opposite.
So once again, I've gone for the library because in addition to the clues that obviously pointed at the library last time, I've now got another set of ladders for people climbing up, just like the ladders in the library.
Yeah.
And a lamp, just like the one that's in the library. So no, I haven't. I've gone for the.
Yeah, your
the
clues
wine-
all say library, but
wine
library's
cellar.
dead to you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've gone for a wine cellar because it's the only other one with ladders that could make sense.
And again, people have said no to
And
get rid of their nose.
glass and
Yeah.
liquid. Which
Yeah.
Just tell the ghost he's wrong.
Right, so Alan
Do that
now.
all the time.
Yep. So I only had the one card.
Yeah.
I've gone with the pantry, or the larder, whichever it is.
Nobody
Because
says louder.
again, food. So apple, lemon, orange, cherry. I
One of
think.
your toys?
Yeah. So Yeah, so food, pantry, larder.
And
whatever
again,
it is.
people have said you're wrong because it's you.
That's probably genuine, rather.
Yeah,
than-
that one's genuine. Let's go to Nate, who has gone for the
Golf club.
golf club. Specifically 3-iron, did you say?
I believe it's a 3-iron.
He believes it's a 3-iron, of which
I've never played golf.
me neither. It's not for my sort. And your clues and your reason for cluage.
I have a 1-5 chance of getting it right.
He has 5 turns to
You-
decide.
You absolutely cannot argue with that logic. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it all set up and then we're going to see the yays or nays. So we're back. We've got 3 people on the room stage and we've got Nate ahead. So who would you like to start with?
I will start with Liam,
Yes?
because then I can go clockwise and leaving it till last because he's further
I
ahead.
like your style.
So Liam has chosen the conservatoire,
He has.
and he is correct.
Yay!
Thumbs up.
Yellow gets a point.
So
Thumbs
Yellow
up,
gets a
friends.
point.
Yay.
And takes the conservatory and puts it in his little pouch.
Stick it in your pouch like a randy kangaroo.
Sparks,
Yes.
Also, I will pass the clue cards back because I'm not a horrible human being.
thank you. Sparks is right.
Yay.
My reasoning being
Thumbs up.
the ladders for the steps on the wine cellar. The underwater because the cellar's underground was the best I could do.
Yep.
I don't know why I gave him the soup. I made a mistake.
Red. It's red like red wine. Yep.
Yes, yeah, maybe that. No. Or you would pair a nice wine with some soup.
I only ever eat soup in the cellar anyway. Usually when I'm trying to.
Again, ladders on the blue
Peanut wine
card.
is very nice with
And the glass for the
Gayest
glass
sort of
tubes and flasks in the wine cellar.
Cool. And then lastly, Alan.
Alan, who went for the pantry,
He did.
is right.
Thumbs up. Was it for the reason he said?
It was because it's food, and it's the pantry with food.
So you take the card,
Hurrah.
you
So-
stick it in,
Everyone has scored a point.
and then we go across
And then
to the final.
We go to Nate.
Alan's a monster and hand back his clues again.
Oh, yep.
Yep, Alan is a monster. He did not hand back his cards.
Oh, that made me so
Nate,
happy.
sadly, is incorrect.
Oh.
So thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
But I get a point.
But Liam does get a point because he guessed Nate was wrong.
Oh, well, that's okay then.
So all that's left to happen is Sparks to advance the clock an hour for me.
And we're on 4 o'clock, which means everybody gets their votes back, is that
Nate
correct?
to redistribute the voting chips.
And is that what the little symbol on the clock is for?
Yes.
Yeah, that's to tell you when you hit that one.
So now everyone
Point at that again there,
is
Liam.
at
Yes.
And that's what Liam's hand looks like.
I better wait to actually get clues.
So now everyone is at the weapon
It
stage.
literally doesn't
Yep.
matter.
So I will distribute the clues.
And
Does
we'll
it
come
someone
back
else
once
has
everyone's
obviously
made their
it's poison?
decisions. So we're going to start with somebody. I'm going to go with Nate
Yep.
because
We'll
he's
start
between
with
holes.
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate is blue. Nate has opted for the stool. Show the clues and Nate's reasoning.
Nate. Why did you go for the stool?
Because now I've won 4 chance of getting it right.
Nice. You can't argue with that logic.
best I've got at the moment, because I mean I've got this kind of cone kind of thing going on there. I have no idea. So
First cone.
you know, and kind of stool, the kind of cone to the hat.
Cone with a hat. I'm with you all the way. And as you said, the 1 in 4. No.
Yeah.
Liam.
Liam, you have gone for?
I've gone for the poison.
Yes.
That was the clue I was given.
Eiffel Tower, very stool shaped. I'm with you all the way.
Well,
Poison
I was
it is.
thinking stool, but I honestly don't know.
And the golfing flag, you know. I suppose you got bees.
Poisonous bees.
Ah, because you're allergic to bees, poison. I'm with you all the way.
Well, I keep trying to get him stung by bees to find out if he is poisoned.
That was my
throwing
Star
bees
Trek
at
character. It was allergic to bees. The Trill.
And also now technically your Star Trek.
Damn it! I'm allergic to bees. I'm gonna have
You've
to
got
get-
that vast.
I've got a
you've
massive hive.
Yeah, you've got
because
a
I was
massive
winding
hive.
him up with them. Ah, crap.
Like
Double
your quarters
C.
are totally off limits for you now.
I'm gonna have to double bag it.
Is it like, place where you keep bees is an apiary, isn't it?
Apiary, yeah.
Because I always think, apes,
No.
not bees.
No,
I think it's very poorly
you
named.
keep your apes in a bee room.
All right.
Obviously, moron.
Right.
Sparks, you have gone for?
I've gone for the frying pan because I have a bloody big egg.
Yeah, that makes sense. Eggs are things. That's an egg. Alan?
Right, I went for the iron weight.
You went for the
because
shake weight because you.
My clue is metal.
And shake weight to mechanical.
And well, no, there's nothing
I
mechanical
assumed you went for
here.
the shake weight because your icon looks like the end of a shake weight.
There's nothing mechanical here. It's just purely
Shake,
metal
shake.
and tools.
Alan's avatar.
Okay, so we will start with Sparks,
Yep.
who is right.
Yay!
Everyone
Thumbs
scores a point.
up.
So everyone scores a point.
At this point, everyone is seeing at least 2, and Liam is the only one seeing 3.
I will see 3 though because I've finished now,
Yes,
and there is 3 turns left. So I will get a point for every turn that is left over.
So you're on 9 points now. Exciting stuff. So then we're going to move to Alan.
Yep, we are going to move to Alan, who is wrong.
Oh!
What a surprise.
Thumbs down.
So blue gets a point.
Blue gets a point.
Yep.
So Blue now sees 3,
I'm with you. So now we go to Nate.
who is wrong. So Black and Yellow score a point.
Thumbs down. But Nate's now 1 in 3. So process of elimination, my
Technically
friend.
1 in 2, because one of the options has been removed that he hadn't yet guessed.
By Sparks. See, that played right into your hands.
And Liam
Swish.
is wrong.
So everyone except yellow.
That's what I like to see.
So Alan is still the only one seeing 2 of the final clues at the moment,
So
if we ever reach that point.
There's still time. It's still good. It's still good.
So now we move straight on to giving out clues and stuff again.
Yes.
And Sparks gets something special.
I can just sit back and vote.
So
Not that it matters because
Sparks is all about the voting. I'm with it. So we've got that set up. I'm going to turn it off, and then we can say really abusive things. So when we come back on camera, we've got out our system. Guys, let's see what we've picked.
So we'll start with Alan.
Alan's a thing.
Oh, do you want me to explain?
Yes.
So Alan, what have you gone for?
I went for the golf club
And the
because
reason
iron.
yeah.
Target. You know, you got in for a target in golf.
You
I
play golf
understand.
very differently to how I imagine I would play.
And this one is sticks like a golf club.
You were going to call it a golf stick.
I was going to
weren't
call
you?
it a golf stick.
Sometimes.
golf bracket.
Golf racket.
So then we're going clockwise
all a
still,
racket.
I'm assuming.
Yep. So Nate has gone for the ink or poison.
Do we need to look at your cards or? We'll look at them anyway.
Nate now has all cards.
Chalice, poison, chalice type thing.
Yeah.
Black Knight, Plague Doctor. I assume you'd see a tugboat after you'd taken enough poison. And it rains upside down.
Yeah.
You're on opiates with tigers.
I'm 100% on board with that one.
Plus, tigers are poisonous, aren't they?
No, you're
I believe so. No, I believe you'll die from a tiger bite.
Yes.
Fair
And
play.
then Liam has gone for the stool.
Liam, you have stool. Why?
Yeah.
There
I
are Liam's
haven't got a
cards.
bloody clue.
I'm going to go Eiffel Tower. That was his thinking.
Yeah.
Looks like a stool.
These cards make absolutely no sense.
So
They probably do in the context.
going around, Alan is correct.
That's a
For
thumbs up.
pretty much the reasons he said.
Yes.
Yeah. Golf stick. White.
Yeah, the tools are the stick of the golf, the metal is the iron, and the target was because I didn't have anything that had suitable holes. From the
Which is what your dad said on your first birthday.
and then Neil
Has
handed me
anyone
back
really
Alan's
ever
clues because,
seen
as we've already
anything like that,
established,
Alan?
Alan is a terrible human being.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Ow! Ow! My bottom.
Next, we will go to Nate.
Yes?
That's an image I'm never getting rid of.
Alan's button.
Yeah,
I know.
need to see it.
I was
Nate's
not
spanking
prepared.
my ass.
That's also an image that's going to haunt my nightmares forever. Nate is correct.
Boom! Thumbs up.
My reasoning being, rather than poison, was ink, and each of them are fairy tale type story things, apart from the water, which is the liquid, was the best I could do. So everyone scores a point because everyone was confident that Nate was right, and Nate was right, and then Nate scores a point for every hour that is remaining.
Which is
2-2. And
Nate
so
will play.
now Liam.
Alan also gets 2. You forgot to do.
Thank you, Nate, for handing them back for being a decent human being.
Yay!
So Liam has a 50-50 shot. So
Does he have a 50-50 shot?
Well, put it this way. Next turn, he's got a 100% chance of getting it right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for
It's
next
not
time.
50-50.
Unless
it's
he's
100%.
persistent.
but no, it is at the moment because there's 2 choices. He's either right or wrong.
Yes.
I'm now thinking I'm
And
wrong
as I've
because
said-
there's iron cages.
Oh yeah.
Next turn,
He can't get it
he
wrong.
can't get it wrong as long as he doesn't put it back on the stool.
We've
It's
all-
a thumbs down,
We've
people.
all put it
Black
back on the
and
stool.
black and white score a point.
Yay.
So I'm not going to stop it at this point because,
I'm literally just going to throw cards at Liam.
which I'm going to enjoy.
So I'm just going to put my card on that one there and say I'm right,
Yes.
Makes sense.
and then we go to the next game.
Anyone who has ticks left could have voted for Liam.
I don't.
I still don't think he's right.
Liam would get 1 point.
So
and
what
an
was
extra
your
point.
reasoning? I'm guessing the metal of the framework and the metal of the cages.
Yes, and then the round shapes for the ends of the barbell.
Fair enough.
And then people who work out a lot see ferrets. It's just a thing.
They do.
Really? I wouldn't.
Yeah, because of the stress of the muscles.
Quite often when I was
Adam.
going into leisure centres for
Sea
work,
ferrets?
hearing people
Oh, sea ferrets are the best.
complain about seeing ferrets when they were in the gyms.
Going into
So-
leisure centres for work.
What happens now?
So next what happens is everyone arrays their selections in front of them.
Indeed. And then I'm going to go around and have a
I
look at
give
them.
each of them a token which has a number on it.
Yes. Tokens are tight. I'm with you all the way.
Point.
Blue,
Blue for you and blue for
black,
you.
and
Ah, thank you. Oh, I have the number 9.
I reshuffle my discard pile.
Ooh.
Blues.
1 second.
That's a rather hefty discard pile.
Boosh.
It is
sea one's so
actually,
thick.
there are more discarded than there are still left to draw.
So is this part, this is what we're working with now?
No.
Yes.
Or is it
No.
just there for beauty?
What are you doing?
You're
I'm the number 9.
You're number 6.
It's a 6.
I want to be a 9.
You can't be a 9.
can't, 'cause
There's
there's only
6
6.
characters.
I'll put it at the
So-
bottom then.
I shuffle the
That
cards.
is your way.
I draw one last hand
Yes. Shuffle the cards, one last hand.
and have to decide which of my groups I'm going to use those cards to describe.
Yes.
I do get to see them first because I don't hate myself that much.
Yes, yes. And so we're trying to work out who smote you, essentially.
Yes, who can?
A fixed blade.
Well, I'm assuming just because I know him, it was probably Alan.
Is it really small
So,
or far away?
why don't we go around and see which
Off
sets
camera,
people
all of this
have.
sounds very strange.
So I'm going to start with Alan, who put his cards there. So
I'm number 6.
you're upside down. You're a 6.
No, it's facing out for everyone else to see.
I know, but I'm behind you.
Well, move.
No,
Oh, for God's
you're not the boss of me. I'll do it for everyone else, for the record. You're fine.
There.
The people would not want me to be nice to you. That's not why they subscribe to this channel.
So
It's for
Alan's
your
assortment
suffering.
is
A sheaf,
Yes.
a pantry.
Larder.
I am going to hit you with a 3-iron. I swear to goodness. Like this one here. But real.
because I don't arrange them, I shuffle them, and that is how they. Rather than selecting for each person, I shuffled them. I could have selected, so I could have given Alan the chef in the larder with the frying pan, but I thought it was just a bit weirder having the chef in the pantry with a golf club.
Plus, he might have figured it out a lot easier if he'd got a chef. And then he had the
he
larder.
No, no.
Oh, no, but like a normal person, I mean. So are we going clockwise?
Yep. So Nate,
Nate has...
The sexy architect with the poison in the laundry house.
Yeah.
Nice. And he's number 3, which I'm assuming has some significance.
it will.
Next, we're moving on to Tobias.
I am the barber in the greenhouse conservatory with a lead dumbbell, I believe it is.
Shake weight.
On the shake weight.
And he is number 2.
Odd arrangement for that person in that place
Sparks
with that item.
is There. That's the money shot.
Yeah, it is. And he's got... Alan, what would you say that woman looks like?
Some kind of droopy dog type thing, but I don't know. As if it's some cartoon that I can't remember the name of.
Maybe people in the comments will be able to tell you below.
So I've got the clockmaker in the wine cellar with a frying pan, apparently.
It's some exciting
What's
stuff.
you got a frying pan down there for?
So I brought it down from the kitchen, because the kitchen would usually lead to the wine cellar.
Why have you got a golf club in the kitchen?
Yeah,
Because...
to kill the rats. I'm with you.
Practicing his putt whilst waiting for an egg to boil.
So we're going to come round to me and film the final bit.
I'm with
before-
you.
well, my last part.
Yes.
Before we move on. Okay.
Right, is this a
another
bit that people
spoiler?
won't want to see? Is this a
Yeah,
spoiler?
this is a spoiler.
There'll be another timestamp at the bottom. Skip to that timestamp. So we're now here in your underlayer.
Yes. So this is the hand that I've just drawn.
Yes.
Of 7 cards.
4, 3,
I can choose one card to represent a person
Yep.
from one of the 3, like from one of the sets of 3.
Yes.
The room from the same set, and the weapon from the same set.
Do not
Though I'm only allowed to give them 3 clues.
Yes.
One must be for each element. If I'm going to find it incredibly difficult to put together a set from this hand
Yeah.
for that, I can use my crow because we're playing on easy mode. If we're playing on hard mode, you can't.
No crow for
You
you.
have to just use the hand that you've drawn.
Yes.
You're also not allowed to shuffle the discards back into the draw pile in the hard mode.
Oh, so you're left with
So it's
potential
really,
chaff.
it's really difficult in hard mode. So I now have to make some deliberations. So we're going to stop while I think and drink, and then we'll come back once we've got the set ready.
No.
Okay, so we're back. I have selected 3 clues. I'm next going to place the disc with the number of the set here, face down, so nobody can see it.
can't cheat.
I've deliberately not filmed it so that nobody knows and we don't have to do the whole spoiler thing for that.
Yes.
I'm going to lay out my
That's
3.
everything for me is good.
I'm going to lay out the 3 clues face down in a random shuffled order. I'm shuffling them, not Alan, because if Alan was to shuffle them, they would be in the exact order that they need to be in.
Yes.
Yep,
Unless there's an alphabetical order for them, and then they will be in that.
Strangely wrapped back in the cellophane as well.
Yes. So I will lay out those 3 clues.
Well, when I want a Malifaux deck reordered, I get Alan to shuffle it. Shuffle.
Now,
That's racist.
we'll reveal them one at a time, and this would be anyone who'd only scored enough to see 1 card would vote after they'd seen the first card.
Cool, so they don't have to like close their eyes or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Then anyone who's entitled to see 2 cards would get a chance to vote, and then everyone who gets to see 3. In this game, everyone does get to see 3, and the most psychic person of the players, so Sparks in this instance, in the event of a tie on the final vote, makes the the final decision on which number to go for. On the voting chips, on the other side of them are the numbers 1 to 6. They are mixed up, so you can't work out what each person has seen because the backs are different on each number.
yes. Oh, we're good.
Fell into a chasm.
So once they've seen, at this point they can't help each other. They're not allowed to talk amongst themselves. They have to vote in secret
psychics.
on their own which one they think is.
God, I hate these guys.
Which one they think is
Psychic
the right
standoff.
one. Okay?
Psychic.
So we shall reveal them in no particular order because I've shuffled them.
So, purple horse, green duck,
The library.
and a pigeon. So they're the clues.
So they are the clues. And
So you get an egg timer worth
Yes.
of deliberation.
well, actually, on easy mode, you can technically allow them as much time as they want.
No, they'll get an egg timer.
But in hard mode, again, because hard mode's a dick, you get an egg timer to make the decision.
I like your style.
Right, I'm placing mine.
Yeah, so Alan's placed his vote. Nate's placed his. Sparks has now placed his. And Liam has forgot what we're doing.
No.
Do we need to reboot Liam's brain?
Yeah. He's basically looking for a picture of a giraffe on his
No,
card.
it's fine. It's as many toes as many numbers as he has toes on his left feet.
Oh, yeah.
My left feet. I have two left now, do I? I have a right foot. I have
One right foot.
Well, you can't say the right one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And we didn't say you didn't have a right foot.
And we didn't say you only had two left feet. We just pluralised it. We didn't say
Yeah,
how
that-
many.
Yeah.
Your left leg just
I'm not-
sprouts out into 2 feet.
So,
And as a sum of the toes on your left feet.
so
You know, right, okay. For our viewers at this stage, we are recording. So no one's actually seen Liam. None of our viewers.
They've
We
seen
have.
his crotch
We've seen Liam.
loads of times.
None of our viewers have. If anyone wants to sketch what they think Liam looks like from how we've described him in this game, that would be much appreciated.
I would really, really like that, to be
it'd be
honest.
terrifying.
Oh, that'd be amazing. We could do
Brilliant.
like a show which is just Liam fan art.
Yeah.
They only
The
know
other
his
thing as
crotch
well-
and his weird foot.
And then we just reveal
Especially anyone who's been to the Some Guys in the Filthy Mage podcast website in the past, Liam doesn't have a portrait on the
That would
banner,
teach him.
so nobody knows even what the portrait looks like.
He is a mysterious,
Oh, that's amazing.
mythical creature.
It's just a
yeah.
crotch with a
Right.
left foot.
So-
That's what I imagine it as.
Everyone has voted now.
Yes.
I have removed my screen for ease.
Yep.
I'll remove the clock for ease.
So easy now.
And
Yeah,
I
we've got to that stage.
will
You did good if you asked Shane.
turn over each of the planchettes in a random order, so tell me when I've got them in for him.
Yeah, you're deep in.
Okay. So we will go...
You're not censored, but that's fine. Very particular. Whoa.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
So we will go with black first, who has voted for 4.
Do we find out why they did, or do we do that at the end?
We'll do that once we've revealed all the votes.
Sounds good to me.
White has gone for 2.
Yep.
Blue has gone for 2.
Oh.
And yellow has gone for 3.
So, who would...
So let's go back to the clues. Are the clues in there?
Blue's clues?
Yeah.
Yep, we're good.
So let's start off with black. Why did you go for number 4?
We've got
Should we say
underwater.
we've said
For
before,
liquid.
this is
Yeah, we have.
So underwater for liquid against the wine cellar.
Yep.
The front of the train over here looked a bit like a clock face.
That's a train.
This one, I had no idea. It looked like it maybe wrought iron on the sign over here, and quite frankly, I forgot to look at everybody else's sets and just picked one.
You picked your own.
Yeah.
Because it was the only one you remembered. Yeah.
Right. So Alan went with number 2.
Yes, I went for number 2.
Yep.
Number 2 is the barber. So I've gone for the purple, being the sort of the cravat, but also this sort of stately gentleman postured here. The metal, the underwater knight. I've gone for the metal being the dumbbell. And the third card is I've gone for the white being the fleck in the hair.
Well,
No, because then that would be 2 clues for the barber.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought, oh my bottom. I thought that they had to be. Never mind. Okay, well, the white is clearly the white light that's coming through on
The sign is similar to the.
Oh, and there's birds in the aviary because it's an aviary.
So, I just want to check.
Except it's not an Avery, there's
So,
no birds in the
Sparks was
picture.
playing purely on the basis of his own cards and no one else's. Alan was playing a different game.
Yes.
So let's see why Nate went for what Nate went for.
Nate
Well,
went
I
for
will
number
give
2.
that, and I'll be nice for him. It does make more sense than my justification now that I've looked at Liam's cards.
That's a fair point.
Nate went for number 2, so Nate's reasoning.
Well, you see, I'd moved Rook to Queen's Bishop 2. Right. We had this one for the barber before, so you've got the black and white for his hair. We've got this kind of underwatery thing for the fountain in the conservatory. And you've got the iron of the train for the shake weight.
Yeah.
Okay, and Liam went for number 3. So do you want to explain your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I went the black and white bird imagery was, I thought, the architect drawn in black and white, and the cards got quite a lot of black and white motif on it. That one is water, and obviously there's water in the washroom. and then that one has an eerie purpley look, which is the same kind of eerie purple that's on the poison card.
Isn't the poison card brown and the poison green?
Yeah.
No,
But it's brown
it's got a purplish
with a
tinge to it.
greeny black.
Let the audience judge.
No.
It's got a purplish tinge to it.
Next to that, that's brown.
Yeah, but this
It's
is
not often I say this, but Alan's right.
I can see a purple kind of going on that.
It's the one eye in the
it does
American
have a
sugar
bit of
purple.
pink. It does have a bit of purple going on.
So-
but when you look at the card next to the purple card, you can tell it's not purple.
But it fitted in with these ones, and that's my logic.
Sure.
Although you could also have went for the ink bottle and the inkwell.
So there's many reasons.
You know, there are many
But
different
that's
options.
not
you
ink,
could
but
have
it's
gone for.
poison, not ink.
But I used it as ink earlier with the clues that I was giving
it's
Nick.
canon.
Yeah.
So
we've already
anyway.
established it.
We have reached a consensus because
have.
there are it's basically the most votes for a number.
Yes,
Number 2 has 2 votes
it does indeed.
compared to 1 vote for 2 others. Again,
Basic
because
maths. I'll
Liam
talk
was...
about it later.
sorry, Sparks was looking at his own cards and Liam was being Liam.
Otherwise, it'd be 3-1
Yeah.
because
So,
Liam would always.
so we have number 2 being the one that's chosen.
Oh,
Now to
the big
reveal.
The big
Bum,
reveal.
bum, bum.
Yay!
It was number 2!
And the peasants rejoice.
So my soul has been laid to rest because they have correctly identified that it was the barber in the conservatory with the dumbbell. My reasoning being the black and white of the raven on the sign for the barber's hair,
Nailed it.
the water for the water feature,
Nailed it.
and the iron of the train for the dumbbell.
Triple nail.
So Nate was oddly in my head for that one.
Isn't Nate always oddly
I was going to say that.
Yeah, but different
I
reasons.
totally nailed Vince on that one.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you did
And
in
Alan
that blog I read.
You managed to get it?
Yeah, Alan. Was
I
just
got
a
it, but for
fluke.
different reasons.
Yeah, Alan was just a fluke.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was what his last birthday card said, wasn't it?
Yeah, Alan was.
And his first
mistake.
one.
He was a mistake. is
Yeah,
what my
mistake
mom
was
said.
definitely double underlined.
So that was Mysterium, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it.
We all did.
Yes, we certainly did.
Yeah, that's cool. Everybody who watched this, let us know what you think of the new format. Leave us a like because it feeds Alan's ego and it's the only real justification for your existence. Actually, if we get enough dislikes, he might disappear. So don't give us any thumbs downs because then we'd have no comedy relief.
Yeah.
And it would just be us gaming, quite serious and boring.
I'm like Santa. I only exist if people believe in me.
That is exactly right. I made a
And he
mistake.
only comes once a year.
On your birthday with your dad. So yeah, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. Pray to Dice Gods and hope to smile upon you. Say goodbye, everyone, in unison.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.